with my friend Sarah Lyons. She is an award-winning agent, and by award-winning, I mean literally top of the class. She was number one in her office, or not just her office, or an entire brokerage for the last 3 years. And so let's see what we can learn from Sarah. I'm sure she has some really cool things to tell us. So I'll let you take it away. Give us just kind of a background about your journey in real estate and how you got started and where you are today.
Absolutely. Thanks, Josh. It's always great connecting with you. I just had my 8-year anniversary in the business. I started out of necessity. My husband had recently quit medical school. We were figuring out how to support our family of 4 at that point. So I asked my mom for a Groupon for real estate classes. Was worked on it every day for 4 months in between nap time. And I had an infant and a 2-year-old at that point. And signed up, passed my test, and the rest is history. My husband's actually been a full-time stay-at-home dad and homeschooled our boys for the last 8 years. So we truly switched roles. I've been the breadwinner since then, and luckily found
Nice.
something I was passionate about and enjoy. So
I feel like that's a really common thing I hear with a lot of the top producers is how they start it's they have to make the money or else it's not going to work. Myself included. We lived in like a little mosquito infested shack. It was disgusting. And I started off credit card debt. I had to make it or else I was going to go bankrupt, right? And it's these agents that have to do it, not the ones that just kind of would like a little spare change or they're doing it part-time. The ones that it's do or die are the ones that end up making it to the top.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Because in order to get paid like a real-time job, you have to treat it like one. And so if you think, oh, I'm just going to sell a couple houses a year, it's a side hustle. It's really hard to make a side hustle successful if you don't have a
yeah,
passion for it.
if you could go back in time to when you started, what would you tell yourself to do things different or better?
Oh man. I honestly feel like I was so fortunate to have really good fundamentals taught to me early on. My mentor, Richard, who is still in my office, really focused on don't follow the shiny object. Don't, spend all your money on all of these lead sources. Focus on the relationships because they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Make sure that you're giving them really good quality, relationship versus just turn and burn. And so I took that to heart. And our brokerage, I work for Century 21 Judge Fight, and our brokerage put everybody through peak producers through the Buffini program, which focuses on how to build a relationship-based business, referral-based business. And then from there, I've continued that same kind of mentality. So client appreciation parties, house anniversary gifts, pop buys to past clients. And so more than 85% of my business was straight repeat or referral from repeat clients.
So you mentioned Buffini. Are you still part of the Buffini coaching program?
No, I'm not. I was doing one-on-one coaching with Buffini, and I found, in all honesty, in order for me to actually make a change based on what someone else tells me to do, I need a little bit more. I don't know. I need to be a little bit more scared of them, or I need
Yeah.
to feel that there will actually be a negative impact. I can kind of BS with the best when it comes to like, oh, did you do your homework? No, but here's why. Let me talk to you about this other thing. And so I do one-on-one coaching with one of their top coaches, but he works for our brokerage. And so it's one of the benefits of working for the company.
So you no longer are paying Buffini. You were paying at one point for that one-on-one coaching, which is expensive. Last I checked.
Yes. Yes. So now I get free one-on-one coaching within our company.
Nice.
Bill Stedham, who actually was coach of the year from Buffini, is my coach, but he's also one of our regional sales managers. So it doesn't cost me
Okay,
as
so
part of
he's
the.
getting paid from the company, not from the agents he's coaching now. So he's like a salaried role, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, he's one of our top regional sales managers, and I respect him because he was a top agent. He's also one of our top managers, but also too, I know if I'm not doing my homework or I'm not staying within the the guidelines of our coaching, he'll fire me. He'll basically say, I'm not going to waste my time if you won't. And so I
Really?
have enough respect for him. Oh yeah, he'll fire an agent from coaching if they're not doing what they need to do.
If
His
they're
time is
not
valuable.
doing what they're supposed to do, then there's no
Mhm.
point in continuing to coach them. If that makes, yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So
So what kind of
I
stuff
always
is
make
he
sure.
coaching you on? If you're a top producer, what's the next level
Mhm.
for you?
The main focus I have been kind of focused on is work-life balance. And so a lot of what he's doing is telling me that I have to take a day off.
Yeah.
He's really focusing on how can we build better systems to, minimize that time spent doing redundant tasks, but then also to making sure that I have that work-life balance.
So
So
what's your
um,
plan for your day off? Are you picking a specific day of the week? What are you doing there?
So that can look different for a lot of people. I have a good friend, Isabel in Austin, who's a top producer, and she would take Fridays off. She literally would turn her phone off, but she also
Yeah.
had a team structure set up to where her clients knew you go ahead and you talk to XYZ person on Fridays. I found that doing like Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning is a nice little chunk for me. And then also to scheduling times that I will check my email. So
Yeah.
not only just
That's
like a take
important.
a day off, yeah,
I was
but
actually talking to
also
someone about that earlier today, is
recovery.
the time when you check your email. Like if you have your email on your phone and you're checking it all the time and you're checking it like 7 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night, and you see this important email come in, you're not going to do what you're supposed to do because you're not in work mode. If you're
Yeah,
checking your email at the same time every day, you're going to get more done.
yeah. And also too, we have this fallacy of busy equals productive, and it's not
It's
true.
not.
We a lot of times will do busyness that's not really a productive use of our time. I've been very mindful of. I actually have a couple timers set on my phone automatically to where it'll shut me out of Facebook, shut me out of Instagram, and shut me out of email. So I do have email on my phone. However, I can only be on it for a certain number of minutes a day, and
Oh,
so
that's
my
cool.
primary, yeah. So normally when I'm checking email, it's after 8:30 in the morning, after I've worked out, after I've had me time, and then I'm checking my email on my computer for the first time. And you'll
Have you
find, I
ever
mean, go
have you
ahead.
ever worked with Bill and Pat Evans before?
I have not.
So they were the first agents that I ever worked with that had a very strict time schedule. They don't work after 6 p.m. or on Sundays. And I
That's
was literally
awesome.
doing a deal with them. I was on the buy side, they were on the sell side. It's easier to control your time on the sell side. And
Hmm.
we were negotiating a contract. We weren't even under contract yet, and it was like 5:30 p.m. And we were actually negotiating. It was a fairly quick negotiation. Change this, change that. Let's do this, that. 6 o'clock hits, their phones turned off. We didn't go under contract that day. We were so close. We were at the stage of yes, we all agree, and I was calling to tell him, okay, let's do that. And they didn't answer. I went straight to voicemail. It said, if you call after 6 or on a Sunday, we'll get back to you the next business day. They were the first agents that I ever dealt with that had a very strict day off and a strict time schedule, and they are top producers. They've been doing this for a combination of like 40 years. They are, I would say, always in the top 50 at the KW office, which is a top producing office. So they're selling, $15, $20 million a year, and they're never working Sundays. So
That's really
they're an
great.
interesting couple to learn from because they've perfected that. I personally feel that no agent should work Sundays. I think that's the easiest day to take off. Title's not
Yeah.
open, lenders aren't open. You don't ever need to go under contract on a Sunday. If you ever have you ever done a commercial deal?
I'm strictly residential.
So look at a commercial contract. There's a clause in the commercial contract. I believe it's section 24. It says time, and it says if any date occurs on a weekend or holiday, that date is moved to the next business day. So option periods don't end on the weekends. Financing contingencies don't end on the weekends. Nothing ends on a weekend. I wish they would do
That's
that
really
in a residential contract. Um,
Yeah. I do really believe that as an industry, like I don't call best and final for Sundays ever. I've
I
changed that rule a
I'm
couple
so
times
happy to
ago.
hear
I'll
that.
do it like noon on Monday or something like that, but
That's
I go ahead and
perfect.
prepare my clients that it's
There's
going to
no
be
reason to
Monday.
force yourself to work on a Sunday. By doing that,
Hmm.
you're forcing you and the other, in this market, like 20 agents submitting an offer to also work on
And
a
the loan
Sunday.
officers, and yeah, it's not reasonable, and I frankly want to give the buyers enough time to think about
Yeah.
it. So we normally take pictures on Monday, go live on Thursday. Showings are normally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we select an offer Monday.
I
That's
like
normally
going
how it
live
works.
on Thursdays too. I think that's
Yeah.
that's that's the perfect time. You get the whole weekend. you get a little bit of a weekday and you cut it off on Monday. Like Monday noon
Yeah,
is,
and you give the opportunity for all the secondary sites to get the listing and get the open house. Because if you list on Friday and it takes 12 hours for Zillow to pick it up, you have a lot of people not aware of your open house if you do it that way.
yeah, I see we got some viewers there. If anyone wants to chat in, we can share chats. We're streaming on multiple channels here, so you might not see multiple viewers where you're at. But if you put something in the comment, if you want to ask Sarah a question, today we're an open book only today. Only secrets are today only. So if you want to know some secrets I mean, what did you sell last year? What was your sales volume?
24 million the last 2
24
years.
million. I mean,
And
that's
71.
incredible.
Yeah,
If you're not an
71
agent,
units.
put that in perspective. She sold 71 units for 24 million. The average agent sells 8 homes a year. She's selling 10 times the average agent's sales. That's just amazing. And she's doing this as a solo agent. Is that right?
I have a part-time licensed assistant who's been with me for the last 6 years. She really covers me when I'm on vacation, which is pretty often. I try to go on vacation as much as I can. And then she helps me with some of the, last minute, hey, can you pick this sign up? Hey, can you meet this person? But she's definitely part-time. So
yeah, that's crazy. So you're a solo agent selling 24 million, 71 units. You have a part-time assistant. And now your goal is work-life balance. Have you thought about creating a team?
I have talked with my coach about it, and to me, a lot of the goal for having a team or a reason for having a team is typically because you have an excess of business that you can't service, or you want to pay to have more business that you then will hand off. So after doing a lot of soul searching and looking at the numbers, realistically, to pay a bunch of money to then have leads to then hand off to these people, I could just skip all that step and just do what I'm doing and make more money, honestly.
So that is one model. I can name multiple teams that don't pay a dime in advertising that do your model. Look at the Mintier team. The Mintier team is 100% referral based. They have 10 plus agents in their team, and most of them don't start because they have an excess of leads or an excess of business. They're able to grow because, believe it or not, people will join your team because they want to learn from you. You have a gift. You know how to get referrals, and agents don't know how to get referrals, and they would love to learn, and they'd be willing, more than willing, to split a commission with you just to learn and to have you as their mentor. So just think about that. You could grow a team.
Yeah.
You could not pay a dime extra, and all you're providing them is training, essentially. And then you have someone that you can hand deals off to when you want to go on those vacations and you want to take a week off, and you have these referrals coming in when you're skiing in Red River, and you need someone to give them to that you don't just get a 25% referral fee for, that you can get a real split from. Just something to think about. So,
and that is ultimately going to be in the game plan when I'm able to hit kind of my goal retirement number, or hit a number where I feel comfortable that I can start, training the next generation, so to speak. That will eventually be, I feel like at this point, I'm still on the here and I haven't gotten to that transition point yet. Because I've had a lot of people ask if I'll mentor them and things like that. And I do help with training within our brokerage. I just feel like my time right now is better spent with my clients and and that
you
relationship.
Make more money. You're going to make more money on your personal clients. Eventually you can leverage your training to make more money than you could possibly imagine. I'm honestly jealous of the way you generate business. Like before our call, I was talking about how the way that I generate business is not fun, not easy. The way that you generate business is easy. Like people just call you. They want to work with you because they had great experiences in the past, or they knew someone that had a great experience in the past. And although
I've do that too.
I could. You're right. I could.
Yeah.
And like I've had 300-400 past clients, just like you have, and I could get business the same way you're doing it. And it's not that I can't do it. It's that that's your talent. That's the way you do it. That's the way you've always done it. You grew your business from start by referrals. which is the best way to do it, the hardest way to start. Whereas I started with the easiest way to start. You started with the hardest way to start, in my opinion, because it grows over time from past clients. It just gets easier and easier and easier. So it's crazy that what you
And
have
now I get
is,
to host parties with my past
yeah,
clients. I'll have, like, I had over 100 at the Coyote Drive-In movie theater before COVID for my client appreciation party there, and handed out over 60 pies for Thanksgiving the past 2 years, and then had other people ask to do donation. I had like 40 people ask for donations instead because they
yeah.
weren't going to be out of town for Thanksgiving. They help cover.
Oh no, your internet connection, we lost you a little bit. It went down drastically. Let's see if it comes back.
I'm still here.
I know you're moving slowly. I can see your internet connection though on the side here, and it came down a little
Uh-oh.
bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a glitch. You're coming back, so that's good. Oh, it came back. Okay, good.
Okay, good. I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi on my iPhone, or on my phone, just in case, so that hopefully you'll
You're
not
back to
distracted.
full. You're back to full.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Have you ever felt stuck in your business? Or
Yeah. Mainly the feeling, I want to get to the point where it's not about the money at all. It's truly, I'm working with this person because I just want to, because it is, obviously everyone works because they need income. If we won the lottery, we probably wouldn't be still doing what we're doing today, even though I still enjoy it. I would rather be doing
yeah,
other things if I didn't have to. So I'm looking forward to hitting that number where I will no longer feel like I'm doing, because even when I hit my retirement number, I'm not going to stop selling real estate. I just will stop hustling so much, I think.
yeah, it's hard to get out of once you, especially the way that you generate leads. Like I get leads like you do. I get referrals and I get past clients, and they just call. Like, why would you say no if the business is just given to you on a silver platter, and that will continue forever? And that.
Well, especially because I've built so many great relationships. Like, I've ended up becoming really good friends with so many of my clients. I've vacationed with clients. I ended up meeting my best friend through this business. She's a top producing loan officer. And so there's just so many wonderful people that I've gotten to meet because of this, and so diverse, that is really fun about the job.
Nice. So I think that pretty much covers the basics. Is there anything else you wanna share with the world?
I'm always open for referrals in West DFW.
So if you know anyone in the west side of Dallas Fort Worth, that's Sarah. She takes that territory.
Yeah.
She does great with the clients, real personable, and just if you like experience, I mean, she's experienced. Handle the negotiations. Other than that, I think that does it for the day. And I hope we had fun. I had fun talking to you. And we'll maybe next week we'll see what happens, and maybe one day we'll see Sarah create this mega multinational team just off coaching and training.
I doubt it. I foresee myself at like not even 40, just retired and snowboarding all day, pretty much.
Just snowboarding, nice. Well, in that case, we'll find her on the slopes in a few years.
Yeah.
Bombing the diamonds.
I'm so bummed they've gotten 23 inches in the last couple days in Red River after we left. It was like in the 50s when we left, and everything was starting to melt. And so
I got pretty lucky this season. We went to Aspen, and we were supposed to do a 5-night trip. Ended up being a 10-night trip because we got snowed in, and we were getting like a foot of snow for all 10 nights. It was just crazy. Wow. It was just powder every day. It was my first time kids skiing, and they loved it. I was nervous for them because they'd never skied before. And my older one was like, now that I'm good at skiing, can we ski more? I was like, yeah, we can.
How old?
3 and 6.
Oh, okay.
So the 3-year-old did private lessons, and the 6-year-old did group lessons. They were both skiing. By the end of our trip, they were both, just going down the mountain. I went down the mountain with them, and it was like, man, this is cool. So they're getting good.
That's awesome. Yeah, hopefully you can keep taking them so they don't lose that skill. But yeah,
Yeah.
we went skiing 3 times this season because we got ski passes. And by the
Nice.
end of this past trip, my boys were running down black runs and feeling a lot
Really?
more comfortable. And
They're older. How old are your kids?
my oldest just turned 12, but it was actually his birthday trip. And then
Okay.
my other son is 9. He'll be 10
Okay.
next month.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So they got skis for Christmas. And since we're buying a rental property up in Red River, we're looking
Do you
forward to
find
getting to go
it?
full
Do you
on.
find one on that street you wanted?
Yeah, we ended up finding a townhome. We've been under contract for 6 months. Their real estate is different than ours, for
What?
sure.
That's crazy.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's how it is
They
in
just
the
move at a
UK.
slower pace in New Mexico, especially in Taos County. Literally, we went under contract in October, and we didn't get our appraisal back until the end of February. No, until the beginning of February, and then we just got title work 4 days ago.
Wow. Whereas here we can
Yeah, we
close
were
in
supposed to
two
close in
weeks.
January.
Yeah, that's wild. Well,
Yeah,
thanks everyone for
so
joining us. And I'll see you guys next week on our next interview.
yeah, thanks for having me.